And now, we are live this evening with a panel full of international level certified technical officials. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, good evening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Hamid and I am the moderator for this evening. Welcome to the arena. I'd like to welcome all my fellow referees and juries here today. Tonight, there's going to be speaking together with me.
Yep.
And so just a bit of introduction about myself. My name is again Abdul Hamid and I have been in Silat. I was introduced to Silat actually during my polytechnic days. I was the first team captain for Nanyang Polytechnic team that won the IVP champion. The very first time there was an IVP match, tournament held in Singapore. But since then, no, I did not follow up with Silat everything. But then when I shift to my current home at Bukit Panjang, that's when my kids grew up and wanted to know more. I wanted to introduce them to more about Silat. So I joined a particular perguruan, which is Seligi Tunggal Angkatan Singapura. So I have here together with me four distinguished guests. Usually they are in whites together with me. So but tonight they are all handsome, Baba handsome nari. So maybe I start off with the right side first.
Thank you. Introduce myself. My name is Shafaq. I've been with Silat for almost 18 years. I start off as a parent support group. Okay, then the coaches and the team managers recommend me to involve in Silat because 3 of my children involved in Silat. I work as a QA. Silat is just one of the voluntary work that I do in my pastime. And now, after getting the international Silat certificate, class 1, I get more involved in Silat. I basically like Silat because it discipline my children currently to be at least a disciplined person. That's what I can tell you for right now.
Right, nice. Okay, come.
My name is Roslan. Silat has been a very big part of my family. Started from my granddad, my dad, then my families, and now my own families. So it's a very long tradition, and I hope the Silat will grow more and more popular in Singapore.
Right, next.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zaque. I started Silat also as a parent support group at Shafaq. I think as early as 2013. Then out of supporting my children, I also eventually got to participate in the first masters category. And then from there, I was stuck to Silat until this very day. Today, alhamdulillah, my children are also still participating. I'm working in the IT industry, and I'm proud to be here, still supporting Singapore Silat Federation, and I hope I will continue this to do for a longer time. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Right, last but not least.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Hardy Yanto. I've been involved in Silat, I think mostly 18 years, from athlete to coaches, right now to wasit jury. And I've been in wasit jury, I think mostly around 6 to 7 years. And I got the international class 3 certificate back then when it's 2018. Okay. And for me myself, I'm a delivery driver. Okay, and I'm from perguruan Harimau Minangkabau. One of the coaches there.
All right, nice. So all you viewers that have been tuning in right now, if you have seen our circular or our posters, you have seen that by right there should be our 5th speaker, which is Mr. Yasrin. But Mr. Yasrin sadly is unable to join us today due to work commitment. So, but still, I got 4 awesome speakers here right now. So, if you are tuning in, if you have any question, along the way, just ask along in the comment section, in the chat section, and then we'll pick it up from there. All right. So, when you all introduce yourself, right, it's very interesting that to know that some of you 18 years been running in the family, coaches yourself. I think you yourself was a fighter, master category, master splinter, Ninja Turtle, a competitor itself. So, with the changes in the rules, everything. But I'm sure there are some unforgettable or memorable, good or bad, okay, in your years being involved in Silat. Before we touch on why we are here, what all the rules, everything, but is there anything in particular that you want to share with everyone? What is your unforgettable or memorable moment being so long in this Silat industry itself?
When I started up Silat, I was a parent support group. This is what I say. Then after that, when I involved in Singapore Class 2, Silat referee, Wasit jury, and I was selected for PSK. And that year, I was chosen best Wasit jury, and I was surprised. And then from there on, I said, hey, look, you just need to follow the rule and the regulation. And then after that, the thing just follow through. And I cannot forget, you know why? Because I just do my part and suddenly get selected. That's a surprise.
Okay, maybe we go to Hardy. What's your memorable or Hey, by the way, our viewers say that they want to see your nice face.
Yeah.
Kamera sikit lah. Jangan malu-malu.
Yeah, you look handsome.
The memorable days when I was participate in the competitions that
As an athlete.
as an athlete, then I walk to the podium. I forgot what year is that. I get a silver medal.
At
for
that
the
time, which category were you in?
open category.
Open category. Sekarang pun open, Also still open, very open. Yes.
Hopefully,
And at that time, was it in like what? Pre-junior, junior,
senior category.
senior category? So that means you're already the dewasa level lah.
Yes, right.
Okay. Wow, good. Maybe Mr. Roslan, unforgettable.
For me, any event, even the Singapore Open or Open, but things that I always look forward. In fact, if I'm not wrong, every Singaporean will always look forward to PSK, because anything happen, I look at the crowd, I see the atmosphere, just cannot beat PSK.
Yeah.
PSK, with all those pukuruans, with all those drum beat, with all those atmosphere is great. Cannot beat any competition, you see, because the lack of formality that makes the thing, vibrant. If too much protocol, then it's not so, So I always look forward to PSK.
PSK.
Yeah.
And at that time, when at PSK, were you already a referee jury or you also just spotter?
The referee jury, I think, very long, I forgot. Berbelas-belas tahun lah, that one. But before that also, we starting, dengan the children. After that, you follow pukuruan. Then after that, you athlete. Then after that, you become juri, wasit juri. Then you become, as years goes by, you go further up. And as you goes by also, you can see a lot of your friend which has passed by, which has sad memory also. A lot of our friends are no more here. Yeah.
Tak ada tisu pula sini, emotional. Botol air ada. Okay, kalau Zaque pula, is there any memorable, unforgettable?
Yes, sir. A couple of it. First and foremost is definitely when the time that first time that my kids walk the podium and get a gold medal.
At that time, how old were they?
They were only like primary school, remember, primary school. And also, something memorable is, of course, myself, going out, being not a sports person from young, I say, school home. So, I started Silat, that was first master category, and I got the gold medal. And who do you think I meet after that? Told my mom, I told her I got gold medal. That was a couple of good memories, like Silat, training to Silat. Of course, being with all the athletes who are younger than us, they are very keen to Silat. Besides all the medals, after all the participation, being with them, training, being together, training with them, at an older age where these kids are young, and they encourage you. So, yeah, those were the good memories I had back then.
I think it also worked both ways.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I myself so used to be an athlete. That when you look at your seniors, those who are older than you, and then they themselves are doing their very best. I mean, of course, when you were training as a master category, your fitness level, you can, of course, you can never match the young ones, the elite fighters. But when they see you also trying your best, and then it also, I'm very sure the inspires both sides.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, thank you so much for sharing, and we're going to keep on sharing. So right now, we're going to talk about what you all have usually been doing. Okay, time competition. We are all wearing whites. Okay. So I just want to know, is there athletes sometimes, before, or some athletes, you see those professional athletes, before they enter the arena, the headphone, earbuds, or certain things, maybe some to a certain level, maybe some form of superstition or some things of ritual that they do. So as wasit juri yourself, okay, is there certain things that you do in preparation for the tournament or for yourself? You buka the rule book, baca ke, you make sure you iron, you starch ke, or is there any certain things that you do in preparation for tournaments as a referee juri?
For me, when before PSK or before any tournament I go, I was also inter clubs also. I get prepared my book. That means my rule books is ready, and then I read my rule books. So I read, but I cannot remember everything. Yeah. But still, there's a foundation before I go for competition, and I ensure that when I inside that gelanggang, right, the rule book will be on the table. And I always practice one thing in Silat before I go. I need to know who attend the competition. Who's the wasit, who's the jury, who's the KP, and who I know, who don't like me. So at least I know my foundation is there. Then which one I can mingle, which one I cannot mingle. I prepared that. So that's why when competition starts, I 90% ready. Mistake is there, but it is minimize the mistake. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mr. Zaque?
First, what I do before competition?
Yeah.
Of course, I will
That's everybody. Yeah.
Not much preparation.
Yeah.
I just go into the competition because every competition they have their own briefing. We know the basics, right? Of course, we tend to mistakes. The rule books are there, and especially we, being the referee, we also have the photo pengadil who is also there to guide us. So in preparation, of course, will be your attire. Your attire has to be good. You have to be smart. You cannot come in with all those, and those yellowish, wrinkled ones. It has to be that. First is that, and then just preparation for some stamina and all that. Because you still need to have stamina, you need to have strength, all that, running around and all that. So besides knowing that, you also need to be energetic. So how you prepare yourself to be energetic, of course, you need to make sure you are healthy, So yeah, so a little bit of action.
Okay, so Mr. Yanto, maybe I switch a bit your question. All right. So now that you know preparation wise, the ready, dah siap. baju dah gosok, dah cantik, dah handsome semua kan, rambut dah setting, okay, dah handsome semua kan. Then I'm sure being as a referee juri kan, sometimes you know matches gets a bit heated up. You know macam what Mr. Roslan has said time dulu lah PSK kan, now COVID, now cannot shout. Maybe soon can hear back the you know the strength of the crowd, yes, the voice of the crowd. You know how sometimes the crowd can you know get into the match, get into you also. So you know we talk about referee pressure. How do you actually handle that, the pressure as being the referee in the ring?
Okay, normally we do our first, like what Mr. Zaque said, we do our, then after that, of course nervous. Like the last competition, someone you can see me, I jog, I stretch myself, right, to hilangkan nervous, right. Then after that, some more than the last competition, I've been referee of Sheikh Wahan and the Malaysia,
Jufri.
No,
not Dufri,
Malaysia athlete lah.
Malaysia athlete, their best athlete. Both is champions. So from there, my nervous is firstly, I get it more nervous than build up the more nervous. So for me to get prepared is, for me I don't want. Then after that, I try to put aside the nervous, then try to focus what I've been taught, like the new rules, then to focus dengan to execute the game accordingly lah.
According to the rules lah.
Yeah, to the rules and regulation.
Definitely it's not easy being in the center of the ring, you know, with all eyes on you. You know, definitely you know, not all eyes on you, looking whether are you able to perform. You know, I think what I feel also as a referee kan, that you know we always, when initially before I was a referee myself, kita you know we watch matches kan, kita ingat orang datang cuma nak tengok atlet lawan tau. But also apart from the athlete lawan, diorang pun nak tengok macam mana ni wasit juri do their job. Whether are they really, you know, they doing their job well, do they understand the rules, do they execute according to the rules.
And of course, I bersyukur lah, because all of us, every weekend, we got our trainings. That is, we prepare ourselves lah. Then, bersyukur, then after that, thanks to the CEO of Silat Federation lah, Dr. Sheikh Aludin, that every time when kita buat salah kan, you know what he did to us, push up, all that. He just to make kita sure that the things put straight to our head.
Correct.
You see?
Yeah.
So dia pun tak nak kita inside the gelanggang be nervous, inside the arena be nervous.
Correct.
Okay, and we didn't do silly mistakes. Alright. So that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, not a constant training, constant reminding. You need to be constantly reminded. Although you know the rules, but sometimes just can
Look out.
at that spur of moment where the crowd is there. Yes. And only God knows how you feel standing at the corner when
Yeah.
you started the game. Only God knows. You look steady, but actually you're not. You know, you look steady.
True. So if you viewers out there and you find that you know what we are doing right now here, the conversation that we have is interesting, do share with your friends. Don't forget to like and follow Singapore Silat Federation YouTube channel. Subscribe to SSF YouTube channel, and then of course share this live session. Will be on hopefully until 10 PM. Ini macam kira-kira bobo pakcik chill ya.
Uncle
lah. Kedai kopi tak ada kopi, ada minum water je. Right? But you know, so do share with your family and friends if they want to know more about what referee do, or more also about the new rules and regulation as we go towards the end of our program later on lah. Alright, so mungkin for Roslan, I have this question. You know, as you see, wasit at the center of the ring is alone, but is wasit juri an alone game? That means is there actually any teamwork or camaraderie between the wasit juri?
Wasit juri is never alone. Because any mistake is mistake for everybody, you know.
Yeah. So
If you make mistake, people perception is, the white shirt is, problem. So everybody wearing the white shirt get the blame. So wasit juri is never a alone game. So we always have to help each other. Kalau I buat mistake kan, maybe I go out, maybe Shafaq can remind me, Lan, this, okay, next time. Sometimes we forget. Kadang kita lupa kan. So our friend will remind us, kasih tahu kan. Kalau kita ada good friendship semua orang kan. So when we inside, we know that our friend is around. Jadi the nervousness reduce. Tone down a bit. If anything happen, we are together. We are not alone. So we know that behind us is our friends. So it's never a alone game.
Even though today I wear the red devil shirt, I will allow that. Yes, you never walk alone, Okay, right.
Yes, you never walk alone.
Okay. All right. So, okay. One thing that I promise all of you before we come live, that I'm gonna ask you not the easy question. Saya tak best lah kan. Tanya soalan senang-senang jawab. Tapi viewers ingat ni semua dah prepare.
I thought that's now is the susah one.
Oh, tak ada. Belum lagi. Belum lagi. Belum. So now the first level ni soalan susah. Okay. What I heard last time before we myself become wasit juri. Okay. There's always this saying that wasit juri can control game. Is it true? Do you agree that wasit juri can control game?
I don't agree wasit juri control the game. Until now, after the old rule and the new rule, it's very unlikely the wasit juri control the game. First thing is the game depends on the athlete. You see, when you have class A and class O open, right? The momentum is totally different. It's totally different, and it's very difficult for wasit juri to control the game. It's the athlete itself that control the game, but you can control their temper. Only their temper you can control, but the game by itself is the athlete itself. You have the Speedy Gonzalez athlete, that's it. That means you sweat. But you have an open category, right? Slow. You cannot control. What I see so far after many years of wasit juri, right? I see very difficult.
During now's the games, right? Last time the Oros 6 attack, we have to teach. Yep. Right now, 2 minutes. The athlete have to fight within 2 minutes. So there's a lot of context. We cannot teach them. So they have to fight. I agree with what Cik Shafaq been saying. We cannot control the game. The athlete the one who control the game. Only we can control the rules and regulations. If they did something wrong, we have to see the game, stop the game. Alright? For example, they are brawling. Suddenly, one punch straight to the face. So we have to stop. That is what we can control.
That's the control part.
Yes, the control part. The rest is up to the athlete. They got 2 minutes to fight. So they have to do their job, and we have to do our jobs.
You are just the middleman.
Yeah, correct. We just middleman.
I agree. Because the control is ensure that they follow strictly to what we have told them. This is what you can do and this is what you can do. Yes. Control. Of course, the speed we cannot control. The aggression we cannot control, but we can control what they should do and where they should. I will. You ask me that question. Yeah. Yes. for me, I would say yes, we will need to control so that things don't go haywire. I mean, things don't become dangerous for the athlete. Yes, that's what we were told to control. But besides, right, what Shafaq said, cannot control what the athlete is going to do.
Yep.
Because you don't know. The next moment, there's a punch on the face and you may not be at the angle to be able to see that. All you can see is people holding their face and then you may think. Yeah. But with all the new technologies today, I think it's great with all the cameras, cards and all that. But we need help, of course. So we basically need to, kenduri. Right?
Call everybody.
Call everybody.
Yeah. So,
You saw it? Huh?
so
Sometimes you say you saw the wasit said you saw it.
don't you
Not
see?
sure. How? Not everybody can focus on the games when you are juries.
Sometimes it's not about they can't focus. Sometimes when things happen, it happen too fast. You blink, you open it, something happen.
Right. That's
Then suddenly the wasit say, call everybody in. Do you see or don't see? I blink. Kan? Right. So, kalau Mr. Roslan, do you agree with what has been shared? Or you have other differing views?
When you become a wasit, it's very critical that you don't make major mistake. Usually when things got out of control is because decision are made which is wrong. So if you notice down the years, always the crowd get worked out, the athlete get worked out. It's because wrong decision are being imposed on them, which make the thing boil over. So we play a very big part in ensuring that this thing don't happen. If we do focus on our game, we dish out proper rules, which has implement, because you must understand, not only we know the rules, the audience, the coaches, the athlete, they are all well versed in the decision. So if you give the decision which is not right, they get worked out. But sometimes we do give wrong, because human being. So but we must minimize all this. Because if you don't do that, if you see properly, if you see, we are in Silat for many years. Usually, when the things get out of control, is because of wrong decision. The recently finished games tournaments, you can see it very clearly. So our part is very crucial. That's why when we have technologies like now, helps us a lot. Because when they show the thing in the screen, or they can reverse the decision or can correct the decision. But in the olden days, people get fed up, bottle all through. Because
I remember that.
there's no way to reverse the decision. Even though it's blatantly wrong, cannot do anything. So people fed up lah, angry lah. Gaduh lah, perang daya lah,
But I agree one thing is, in every sports, contact sports always have controversy. That is part of the game. Unless you play your individual sports. Like for example, you play
Swimming.
bowling by itself, archery by itself. That one is very too minimized. But everything that is contact sport, people get emotional. So when emotional, they tends to forget everything. And then the best thing is to blame.
That's true.
That's the thing what I see after.
Agree.
Yeah.
Contact sport.
I think it's a nostalgia.
But now the new rules good. At least they can can straighten up all the thing. So it's transparent. Like I say, this thing, the coach not happy, they can protest and Shafaq then go and then everybody is you can see everything.
Because we got 8 cameras,
Yeah.
right? Along the arena, there's 8 cameras. So whatever the athletes do, you can it will flash up. You see?
So to all the viewers, if you're wondering what's all these 8 cameras lah, technology lah, so in the new rules, in the new setup of the tournament, we have what we call the VAR system, video assisted review system, okay, where we have 8 cameras all around the arena, and then we have our protest commissioner.
Yep.
Yeah.
They call it PS.
PS, who
PC.
duty is either to
PC,
to
protest
to
commissioner.
look at the cameras.
Sorry, it's PC.
PC,
yeah.
protest commissioner,
Yes.
for to see whether is there any infringement, whether the anything that need to be overturned or not lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So it was in this arena, if you remember, a few years ago, where we were being shared by none other than the CEO of SFF himself, Dr. Sheikh, where the changes in the rules. Okay, so if I can bring you back to the first time in this hall, in this very cold hall, right? What was going through your mind? What was your first impression when Dr. Sheikh shared with us, showed us demonstration with regards to these new rules? What was going through your head? Maybe Zaque, want to start first?
Of course, it's meant to be interesting. But of course, at the same time, I think more things to learn, things to understand.
That's right. And easy for us.
Yeah.
Easier for us. Last time, we need to do everything. Now, even though the 5 seconds, we don't need to count. We have to hear the buzzer, right? So someone been counting for us. We only see what is right and what is wrong during the game.
And adding to that, I would say, knowing the new rules, the first impression, not only myself, even others, even other parents also,
Dangerous,
dangerous, more dangerous. A lot of worry. We know that say this, we're gonna make stuff more interesting. But with all the other enabled moves, all the new rules and regulations, whatever, all the enabled new moves that they can do, looks like it's gonna be dangerous. Because that particular time we were still not into training on how we take care of that. We would just say, hey, this time it's going to be allowed, that going to be allowed, is going to be allowed. So a lot of things in our mind, right? I'm sure everything is at that same feet.
I add on one thing. When I was parent support group, right? Actually, this new rule is way back already have, but for the new wasit jury, it's a culture shock. Because during those days, the rule is much more strict. Much more strict. There means no pooling, no nothing. So once this rule was implemented, I also got a culture shock. Oh, it's very robust. This is very rugged. I think somebody will get injured. Then when the team progress, the athlete adjust to themselves. They know how to take care of themselves. The thing will become bland. It goes, but we cannot say the thing is okay. Currently we only have 2 tournaments only, and that's only not the major tournament.
Correct.
It's just so-called a friendly or just a cup tie.
So I mean, all of us are actually looking forward to the upcoming SEA Games.
Yeah,
That will be
coming soon.
I think the very first litmus test
Yes.
for these new rules.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mr. Roslan, what do you think? What was your first impression when you were being shared about these new rules?
First impression
Yes.
Alamak, I think boleh aku masuk apa ni otak dah tua so many things to learn.
They always say first impression.
That's my first impression. That's why I just tell myself, just give it a try. After that, after a while, then okay lah, boleh masuk lagi lah. Masih PC belum hang, masih boleh masuk. Okay.
Because you already have fundamental already.
Yeah, it's actually.
I think it will affect that. It affected the itself.
Yep.
Fitness,
Yeah.
long list of what we are required to have.
That's true, that's
Yeah. Last time you don't need to run up 60, too many times.
Yeah.
Today, they don't think you're gonna run for that 2 minute time. To be honest with you, that 2 minutes is like 2 hours. You're running
That's
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it affects. That was our question. But today, as we go along, we had rising together and listen. We see things are coming in place. But of course, we are not 100%, but things are coming into place. We have already got all the, we polish up all the small details.
Alright, so again to all the viewers, if you're hearing us speaking right now, if you have any question, go type it out on the chat group, chat function, and then we will ask. So we have the first question right now for all of you to
Right.
answer.
I take his second question. Just now, they are asking about what is PSK.
What is PSK?
Ah.
So the first question, you want to answer first PSK?
PSK is Pesta Silat Kebangsaan, I think so.
Right. So that is the wrong. Sorry, kakak cakap salah. Okay. So you say pesta silat kebangsaan. Okay. Mr. Shafaq, PSK?
PSK. Pertandingan Silat Kebangsaan, is it?
Pertandingan silat kebangsaan. Wrong.
Oh dia. Nama.
You asked about us.
Roslan tu.
I also no, I also will say pertandingan silat kebangsaan.
Silat kebangsaan.
What's up?
Maybe because we used to that kind of words.
So which is the right one?
Maybe
Then?
the official one. I don't know.
Official one, never mind. Later we ask them to type it out.
What about yourself?
Oh my god. Alamak, so kena.
We trying to escape from
I would also say the same. PSK is apa tu?
Pusat Silat.
Pusat lain.
Oh, okay.
Pertandingan silat kebangsaan.
Oh, you also agree with that?
Then after that, they changed to NPSC.
Wait. The PSK, we have not got it.
Okay,
So nanti kita dapat tahu. Okay. Right. So later we will tell you what PSK means. So nampaknya it's not pertandingan silat.
PSK, what happened in PSK? Who take part in PSK? What is people are asking what is PSK? Bukan the meaning of PSK. People are asking apa tu PSK?
PSK is actually a competition where all it's actually the national level where all the different perguruans in Singapore that is affiliated to
club.
SFF, Singapore Silat Federation are invited to join in the competition. So in that competition, it usually lasts for a few weeks. There is different categories, different age, seni, and also tanding, artistic, and also the fight itself lah.
I think I remember what is PSK.
What is PSK?
I think it's Pesta Sukan Kebangsaan.
Betul, 10 marah. Bagus. Very good. Yes. Yes, right.
Your gear starts slow.
Pesta was right. Pastaan we all right.
Yes. Bukan saya.
Correct. Because we are into Silat, that way we think it's
Yes, correct.
Then after that, they changed the name.
Yes.
There is
MPSC.
NPSC,
What does MPSC means?
National Pencak Silat Competition.
Championship.
Salah.
Championship lah.
Championship. Alright.
Alright, so
Excuse me.
so right now we go with the
So that means your creating of this joke is good.
betul.
Pretend us. Okay.
This line is good. Just for all of them who do not know all the views outside. All the views outside.
Yeah.
True.
I gave them.
Actually, we know already, right?
Tahu, kita
It's
actually
just
tak tahu.
pretend.
Kalau kita tunjuk kita tahu, nanti tak fun.
Safaq, betul.
Right, so can I have the question just now? So
What
this
is the
is the second
question?
question from the viewer. So if I saw the question right just now, okay, so now with the improved rules and regulation, there are some people that disagree. Like you say, first impression benda ni dangerous, mesti ramai orang akan get injured or destroyed. So actually, when you all go back to your own clubs or people who you meet on the streets who they know you are a wasit juri in silat, what do you say to them, to these people who says that I don't agree with these new changes? Kenapa mesti tukar? Tak perlu lah. dulu punya silat pun okey pun. Ha. Anyone?
Okay, one thing, dulu, then 6 contact, like I said before. 6 of contact, we T. 6 contact, we T. So, the times keep prolonged. Right now, 2 minutes, you can fight. If let's say there's no contact, is where we come in and T, and we are give you bobo lagi. Because you does not have any contact, right? And we keep on T every 6 contacts. Boring kan? Betul tak? Kita tak nak game tu jadi boring. So, kita need, of course, all the viewers, all the supporters want the pesilat to fight. Fight and fight and fight. If not, if they are fighting, suddenly BT. It's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their momentum is been stopped. You see? Right now, 2 minutes. We got the 2 minutes. We got 3 rounds. Fight. We give you fight. We never stop you anymore. You know, fight. Right. If you are fit,
Good ah.
it's good for you.
Roslan?
For me, the games get boring or interesting. Lot of the factor depend on the pesilat. You know, if you implement this new rule, okay, grabbing can pull. But both pesilat, if they too engrossed in grabbing, pulling, become what? Become judo? Become wrestling? It's all depend on the pesilat. If the pesilat is well versed in silat, it is not only pulling and grabbing. So what I notice now is that the pesilat is too engrossed in tarik. You know. In the end, the art of silat gone. That is where the games become boring because people are not watching silat anymore. So if the pesilat, no, those few pesilat that I see that they really can mix the old style and the new style, very interesting, very fast, very fun. But if they come and their mental is just to grab and pull, then you are not watching silat anymore. You know, because if you see, last time, the olden days, kejatuhan can pull, right? Then after a while they say, okay, stop, cannot. Kejatuhan cannot pull anymore. So every time people are competing each other, tarik, tak tarik, this pula tarik, a lot of controversy. So now we allow them to tarik, you know.
Yes.
But they forget to do their technique. They only know how to tarik. But if they do their process with tarik, how good. No, so a lot of kejatuhan or a lot of technique now you can add in tarik. But if you go inside the gelanggang and your mind is only to pull, where's your technique? I have noticed a lot of pesilat, they forget about all their old techniques. Their mindset is only come on to tarik. You see how many pesilat they want to tarik, in the end they drop, they kena. Jatuh. They kill themselves, you know. Because why?
But
They only ingat nak tarik aja.
But I think I celah sikit.
Boleh.
Regarding the people who disapprove or disagree with this new rule, right? These people, I think we have to move on. One thing is we have to move on is this new rule you can bring in a lot of technique.
Yep.
A lot. Not like last time. Last time you are controlled by the rule. Too many controlled by the rule. Now you can create your own technique. You can create your own momentum. You can even break people's leg also. Although it's a bit rough, but it's still you can have wide, diverse, very big scope to fight. Last time you don't have that fight. That means if the guy waits, you also wait. Now if you wait, that's it. Gone. You already get one. But new to me, those who don't agree actually they want a slow game. But actually it's now no more already. Now it's a modern era. People start to learn. And now is the time the old rules that you think of, kuncian, everything, you can start already. Then you can diverse your
You
own
bring back all the
strategy.
old things.
Ah,
No, no.
then you improve. Silat can improve rather than touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. Oh,
And furthermore, we are going towards,
yeah.
and furthermore, we are going towards Olympic. You see? That is
Ah,
our
again,
main.
That's the ultimate goal. That's the
Our
ultimate goal.
ultimate. If let's say
They
we
come in, yeah.
bring from the Oros, I think we not going to move to the Olympic because like the fight is such volume. We keep on when the
When do we actually see a fight?
that's right. Right now you can see.
Okay.
I only want to tell something to those people who
What's the next question just now?
the same question.
Same question.
Yeah.
What do I want to say?
Yeah.
Right.
I was just tell them, stop being judgmental, you know. Like, never say, move on.
Yes.
It's not tried yet. It's something new. Like COVID, we all started and we had to wear masks.
That's
Of course, we didn't want to wear masks in the first place, correct?
Yeah, correct.
But today, when they say you remove your mask, a lot of people don't remove. It's something like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would say, stop being judgmental. I think give it a try first. I mean,
That's right.
but those people who says this, sorry, but I'm going to tell this. Those people who says this are those people who are already at comfort zone. You know,
Correct. That's
those who have already been
Probably.
there. Today, new things that going to come, they don't want changes. I will say probably the younger generation do not have so much of
Energy.
feelings.
Yeah.
We're the old generation. Like Abang say correct. Today they just want to tarik. Correct?
They was scored as
Yeah.
Kau tarik.
So I think moving forward, the instructors, the coaches have to be creative.
Yes.
To still retain that old, the pola langkah and all that. Retain at the same time implement all this so it can be hybrid.
Yes.
And even this one is part of the self-defense.
Yes, true.
It's
And that's
self-defense.
going to be what I'm going to say next.
Ah.
If it's going to be T here, T there, you cannot tarik there. The moment they go outside, it's not applicable. Probably they can tarik outside, they don't know.
But we are not.
That
We are not.
statement is not you want them to go outside.
No. We don't encourage
Self-defense.
self-defense.
Nanti ada budak-budak keluar semua kan.
Ya.
Ada satu pakcik tu.
Ya.
Dia dengar kat YouTube. Suruh keluar. Ada masalah.
Yeah, no, we are not teaching them to go outside.
Yes,
Tarik.
correct.
Yeah.
No, usually those who don't agree, that those yang dah down there,
Yeah.
then their status quo are being challenged.
Yeah.
Because when they go inside the gelanggang, is you are new to the rules, I'm new to the rules. Jadi is
That's true.
Clean
all
slate. Clean slate. All
Same
part
level.
of it.
so never. So you can see during the previous tournament,
Yeah.
a lot of those so-called big names, yes, they struggle. So it's everybody start afresh,
Yeah.
Right, so we have a comment from Silat Melayu Netherlands. The new rules give many possibilities, but Silat must remain Silat.
I agree.
But it does not become more dynamic. But it does become more dynamic to watch. Agree.
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 Like I say, it goes back to the coaches who must be trained.
Ah,
That's true.
dia masuk.
We want to retain
Yeah.
silat and silat.
Yeah.
Just silat at the same time. Like what? It becomes more dynamic. Watch. The dynamic are those athletes themselves.
Yes.
And who makes the dynamic? Of course, the instructor.
The instructors and everything.
You know, that's why there's a lot of rules, yang similar to those taekwondo we don't allow, right?
That's true.
Those
Jiu-jitsu.
we don't those like
Muay
Thai
Thai.
box, we don't allow because we want to maintain those elements out from our silat
That's
to differentiate silat and the rest of the martial art. So I don't want to see the silat come inside the gelanggang and only know how to pull. Silat are very rich, so implement all those rules, all those technique yang you dah belajar dekat gelanggang inside. Your mind mesti mau, open up. It's not about pulling,
That's true.
It's
Nak main tarik-tarik, kita main tak war lah.
Betul.
Yanto and man ikat settle. Ada
Okay.
duduk je settle.
That's
Right. So before we go on to the next question that is being asked by our viewers, I think there was a point just now that Zaque has mentioned with regards to fitness level. And I think you also mentioned about fitness level as well. I think for all the viewers, for your information, all our wasit juri over here, since the implementation of the new rules, they also have to be fit.
Yeah.
And what I mean by they have to be fit, they actually go through 3 kilometers run test. They have to hit a
Below
certain
30
timing.
minutes,
IPPT, yeah.
Below 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Below 30. They must clock 3 km below 30 minutes. Then within 1 minute, numbers of push-up. And within 1 minute, numbers of sit-up. Then they have to go through a beep test.
Yeah.
Correct.
Male, female, they have to hit a certain point system for the beep test. There's a
Agile test, is it?
agility test.
Agility
that apa tu, touch those lights.
Colors. Yes, colors.
Then also don't forget about they need to do tunggal, they need to do regu. Tunggal regu is 100 movement each.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
And then they have to do
Ganda.
ganda,
Ganda.
and they have to also show their langkah perguruan, showcase langkah perguruan. So, and not only that, I think even me,
We have to use our the best to fight each other.
I think even me, as when the new rules comes in, right? One of the things that I really enjoyed, especially during our training session with Dr. Sheikh, is that I get to do what the pesilat plan to do inside the ring.
That's true.
That means the kind of kuncian, the kind of pull, the kind of technique. Because why? As a wasit juri, we must know whether this is allowed or not.
Yeah.
And the only way to know is
Try.
if we have to do it ourselves. Of course, we don't do it as fast as the athlete. We don't do it as good as the athlete, but at least we know. So to all of you out there, especially the new rules, if you think that the wasit juri ni semua don't know anything tak tahu silat lah, orang tahu buat ke tak tahu kan, at least I can say for those in Singapore punya wasit juri, they go for the test. You pass or fail. You fail, you have to go through everything again. So it's no joke. If you see anyone wearing white with the yellow sash in the center of the ring or sitting at the chairs, officiating the matches, they are all trained. They have gone through the test. They have sweat it out.
Yeah.
Kesian, sakit lutut ke apa kan. Tak kita buat Betul. Ni kirakan statement minta simpati sebenarnya.
And
To create awareness, because a lot of them will think that we don't go through it.
Yes.
Probably because it's all behind closed doors. But they should know that we actually went through all the physical tests, all that. Even some of our kakak-kakak,
yes, kakak.
they couldn't run that much, but they did shoot an effort.
Yes.
And I was also running that 2 kilometers. Abang Lan he was running in front of me.
He's a marathon
Abang
runner.
triathlete. Category.
What I'm saying is, at his age,
Oh yes.
at that age, he's running forward more than all the younger people.
That's right. He's the one who leads.
Dia berapa lama dia training? Dia lain kategori.
Yeah, I really went
Jadi
in
match
front. Met by safety lah.
Kacau orang tua.
I first from the last lah. First, the last.
It's like in the army. If every move forward, we want to make sure everyone is safe.
That's right.
So that's our job.
No one leaves men behind.
Betul. Correct. So that's Yes, kawan. Yes.
And after that, the great part is we obtain our cert. Every one of us obtain the cert, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Pride. It's actually
That's
pride.
But currently you put on again,
Yeah, currently I concentrate again.
Itu tak patut tak boleh cakap. Apa ni? Apa cakap? Yes. Alright, question. So, pun soalan panas ni
Panas.
Okay, panas soalan ni Lucky I'm not the one answering. I'm just moderating.
Oh, Zaque.
Yes.
Okay.
My job today moderating only, not to answer. So the question is, do you agree for artistic? Okay, in the new rules, okay, let's just have a context here for those who are maybe just new to silat or maybe you just ada 5 pakcik handsome ni kan yang sedang berbual, jadi kita nak tengok siapa yang berbual. Apa yang diorang berbualkan abang ni salah, abang yes, pakcik. Right, so in the old rules for tanding, there's tanding and also seni, there's only 5 juries or 5 juries, and of course for tanding there's 5 and 1. 3 or 5, right? For tanding, 3 or 5 juries. Then 1 wasit. While for seni, it's only 5 juries lah, juri seni. Okay, but for the new rules, for juri seni, got 10. 10. Okay. While for tanding, there's only 3 and 1 wasit. So, the question is, do you think 10 artistic jury is too many, while the 3 juries for competition fights is too few?
Want me to answer first?
Silakan.
Okay. I start off with the 3 juries first. 3 juries. Actually, 5 juries is too many for tanding category. It's too many. Why I say 3 juries is much more better is because we are in digital. In digital, that means the contact of scoring will affect.
Yeah.
If you got 5, then your contact, you need minimum 3. And if these 3 blink and blink, then you got problem. So you make it 3, so easy for the score to goes in. 1. I know people will say, hey, if 3, you only have 6 eyes to see. Whereas if you got 5, you got 10.
Yes.
So a lot you can see. But actually it's different because now new rule, the jury only score 2 times only. One is 1 point,
For
the other
punch,
one is 2 points.
for kicks.
That's it. Simple only.
Betul.
Not like last time. So to me, 3 is enough because of the digital. Now, for
Seni.
seni jury, last time was 5.
Yes.
Now it's 10.
Yes.
Yeah. To me, last time when it's 5, it's not enough. You know why it's not enough? Because when you calculate the score, it's very difficult to get the middle. Very difficult because you have 2 here, 2 here, 1 in the middle. So when you calculate the score to get that middle, because everything is digital anymore, you cannot cheat.
Yes.
Like last time, you minus here, you plus here. Which one is high, you cancel. Which one is low, you cancel. Then you become in the middle because you're not using calculator, you're not using anything. And then that 5, the score will be too narrow.
Yeah.
Say, for example, good artistic performance and the other also good performance. Then the score, you don't have the percentile below, right? But when you have 10, one thing good, the jury got chance to go overseas because you got 10. Last time it's 5. That's one thing. Another thing is when you have 10, then the score is much more wide. Even you are good and good, it's very difficult to get draw. Very difficult. Whereas for 5, it's easy to get draw. And you are manually to get the score. And when you 10, very difficult. We tried, we checked, we already see, and it's difficult to get draw. And one thing, with 10 jury, you need to perform with 2 artistic only. A versus B, or red versus blue. Not like last time you have hierarchy, pool A, pool B. Then what happened if pool A and pool B draw? Oh, then we got problem. Then after go to semi-final and then go to final. That is one thing that I see. It's better to have 10. And I was surprised. 10 is good. Yeah, it's easy. It's very difficult to. This is what I think.
Balan? Because I think among the 5 of us, Mr. Roslan is one of the most experienced since your great grandfather all dalam silat.
No. The thing is that before they implement these rules, they have gone through years of trial and test. No? And after all those long trial and tests, it's being decided that this is the best system. No? It's not set by 1 or 2 floor. No? It's set by all the founding nation. So they have gone through lots and lots of trial and tests. After they went to all the trial and tested, this is the best system.
Yeah.
Furthermore, if you see in the Olympics or in big games, like say
Terjun cantik.
diving, there's I think around 12. So their system is more or less like what we're having now. there's point something, point something, point something. So it's very difficult to get same
The
point.
standard deviation.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
standard
So this system is more accurate.
Because why mistake is details. You need to do 100 steps, right? Like you said, 10 eyes is 20 eyes is better than 10 eyes, right? Sometimes this wasit juri didn't see the mistake. This jury can solve, can see the mistake. See, so we have to minus out the scores. 0.01. You see how
Yeah.
decimal this is. You see, we have to minus it. Miss the step, we have to minus. Alright? And if let's say their things drops, we are not doing the minus this, the day one. The council,
Yes.
the one who going to minus 0.50. That is the difference within juries and the day one scoring. You see?
That's
And
a task, per se.
That's the task. And for the
Tanding?
tanding itself, because why right now, like Cik Shafaq said, we are using digital. Everything. Last time we are need to use flex. Right now, no. We just click in valid or not valid. That's it. Okay. 3 juries is enough to help the wasit for the scoring.
But the two we miss out, no, cannot go overseas.
But because you need the 10,
You need the 10.
they will still have to do it.
As for me, I think for 3 jury, previously we only have 5 juries, right?
3 or 5.
3 or 5.
Yeah.
But when there's not enough for jury, what happened?
Still go down to 3.
Still go down to 3. So we have done that.
Yeah.
So I won't say it's too few. We have done that. We have gone through 3 jury. It works.
Yep.
Last time was manual. So be it manual or digital, we made it for 3 jury tanda. Correct?
Yeah.
That's right.
For 10 jury, I wouldn't say it's too many. I will say the number is not important because today the digital part, the calculation, we probably need 10. Probably we can work with 15. Probably we can have 8. It's all about that program
That's right.
that we're gonna do. Only my concern is today that standard deviation calculation in that system, meaning that dangerous thing, what happens if the system fails? Can we do it on manual? Can we all start calculating on manual?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, think, you know, it's on a system.
Yeah.
Right? If the system goes down and you need to do manual, then jury, I wouldn't say it's too many. The number is not important. How are we going to tackle that calculation?
Backup plan.
Backup plan.
If the system fail,
Now we got
System fail.
now we got what they call it? What calculator?
calculate.
Scientific calculator.
KP and they want.
Yeah. We tried.
System. Yeah.
When we have power failure, right?
Yeah.
We tried use a scientific calculator. It works
Yes.
because the formula is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, formula is
The numbers are not too many or too little. It's how we calculate, you know. But 3 jury, I will say that we did.
We did before. That's true.
Because the 3 jury now, we do lesser things. You know, we just look for kick and punches.
And punch.
Then
Yeah,
1-1. Last time we look to, we have to, plus minus lah,
Correct, right.
plus this, plus
Yeah.
that, so many things.
Now
Now,
all the
Yeah, plus.
plus, all the-
Yes.
1 plus 1.
so now we just look for punch and kick, 1-2, 1-2. Even the drop we don't have to write.
Two, right? That's correct. That's
So it's we doing lesser job.
So the numbers is not important. The methodology of it,
Yeah.
you know, the methodology. Of it.
And from last time is we have a table, nice table in front of us when we sit. Am I right?
Yes.
And now
tak ada.
after that, he improvise chairs with
Table.
flat table.
Now,
Now?
table tu pun tak.
No table. My stomach have to be table. Just joking. We have to portray
Alert.
ourselves.
now more or less. More or less.
Kalau what your stomach.
Yeah, just kidding. We
Yeah,
have to sit in proper to protect ourselves and to give scores. If let's say we slogging, then
And you slouch.
slouch, then other people will see, are you sure this is qualified referee?
Attentive,
Attentive,
focus.
qualified,
Yeah.
what's it? You see, we have to sit, position, right position, then we have to give score. So we are awake,
Yeah.
you see?
Yeah. And with regards to that, that is also how that all comes about is through all the trials that we do.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
true.
We discover we cannot put on the table because the moment you want to press, the moment you look up, you look down, and you look up, you look down, you are lagging.
Yes.
Because the system today says that it has to be simultaneously pressed
Yes,
for the points to be activated and to be given.
that's true.
So a lag of how many seconds, right? I think
3 seconds.
3
lag
seconds.
of 2 seconds.
Now become 2 seconds.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
2 seconds will not enable the points to get in. And
That's right.
that's the reason why until today, until the last competition, we have people saying, hey, the points are not coming out.
Yeah.
That's why.
So it's also the sensitivity of
Yes.
things. It's also the speed of an eye. So why Dr. Sheikh also recommend, no, you have to step. You're gonna have to hold it upright. You only use your thumbs. You don't need to use your fingers.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just use your thumb to go up and down, and you'll be able to see just up and down, up and down. Your eyes are constantly looking
Looking
at
at the game. Yeah.
so you won't be, won't be lagging.
That's right. Like you're holding a joystick, playing games,
Yep.
you will not see. You just
Oh yeah.
because
Look at
you
the
are
screen.
pro
Yes.
in playing games. You pro, that's
Come
the
on,
reason why you are
you
pro.
got
That's right. We don't play games. That's why.
So that I'm also looking forward for the younger generation to come forward, become what's it, unique. I mean,
That's true, that's true.
That's why the four of us don't wear spectacles. He's wearing spectacles. Banyak main game lah.
Nah.
Tengok screen.
That's why I can't.
Alright. Oh, okay. Next question. Maybe this one specifically for Mr. Shafaq because Mr. Shafaq and Mr. Zaque because I think only both of you eligible to answer this. Why Silat VAR takes so long to verify in comparison with soccer, tennis? Tennis, I think they use the Hawkeye system.
Yeah.
Soccer, they got the VAR system.
Touch
Yes.
system.
So, any comments?
You want to answer first or I answer first? Okay. Now, actually VAR for Silat is, that's why I'd say again, contact sport and non-contact sport is different. For soccer, it's just offside. Offside or illegal
Penalty, red card,
illegal
foul.
penalty is one. Whereas this one is a fast moving. When fast moving, you see at 8 angles. That's why it's a bit lacking. Why? Because we have to see 8 angles. Because when the protest comes in, then people will say, on my angle, I saw that is illegal punch. But there is another angle you have to see. As wasi angle, you cannot see. So this VAR, you have to see 8 cameras. Whereas for soccer and some tennis, you only have 2 angles only.
Yeah.
The offside line just go through, come back, go through, come back. Now it's no, you have to repeat 8 times for that VAR. First angle, second angle. Yes, I know people will say, hey, by logic, you should know already which angle to see. Yes, we know which angle to see, but we cannot favor to one athlete alone. We have to favor to another athlete.
Correct.
That means we have to see his point of view and his point of view and KP point of view and Wasik point of view. So from there, then we compromise. That's why it takes so long. And of course, this is starting. Starting always starts slow. First gear, second gear. We have not gone to 4th gear, 5th gear yet. So if later when we go 3rd gear, 4th gear, I think the thing will become fast. And then we got sponsorship coming in, everything coming in. I think the system will become very fast, very, very chunky, or they call it. So if this is what I see currently.
Mr. Zaque, maybe you can touch on the technicality because I know you know about the system itself.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, I get to be at the table with performance management now. Throughout all the competition.
Yeah.
The system also matters. The system that we're using, I think we are using that system is really good enough. Only that, of course, if there are better systems, we will look forward to use the system. But as of now, that system is such that it's being saved in a card. Like you need to take it out and then transfer and then read from the videos that's being recorded into that card. That's one of the process. Once a game stops, you need to know what is the memory card that you need to pull out and connect to the console. So of course the console also has its own capabilities. But I think what takes so long, like what Shafaq says, we have to actually look at all a few of the cameras to determine which is the best angle that we can showcase the thing that the protester brought up. What the protester protests. That answer or that showcase has to meet to whatever he is inquiring. You know, so the number of cameras that it's just 8 now. I wouldn't know if we want to add another 16 cameras to be more detailed, or maybe some camera 360. But if you need to look at all the cameras, means you need to look at the camera. You need to satisfy not only the protester, you need to also satisfy the audience, the spectator. Everybody has to know that, okay, the moment you bring up that word, whether blue corner, yes, your protest valid or invalid, it has to be shown clearly. So, you know, previously with Luri, nobody
know what this file was.
Nobody can verify whether what they're talking about, or they're talking about.
And the thing that makes slow, the person who protests don't know what they say.
You don't understand what they are, what they want. You know,
Language barrier. Language barrier.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't know how to present what they want. So
They expect we can read their
people
mind.
Are wondering what this girl is asking for.
And that,
So he will delay.
even my friends who after the game say, wow, you understand what they
Sometimes, you know,
I say, it's not
we don't know what they want. You know.
Okay, so here comes the gist of it. You gotta have to be experienced enough, and you gotta have to sit down there. You don't sit down there waiting for the protest. You gotta have to sit down there and really watch the game. You yourself have to be attentive to watch the game. The moment the moment this fellow raise a protest, you should already anticipate what he is going to protest, and you should know where was the position he last fell. And to zoom in directly to save that time. But even though you zoom in, you still want to see another angle. Because it depends on what the tarik will be, whether the knee touch the floor first or the elbow touch the floor first. And these two positions can come from two different directions. Correct. Left elbow or right knee.
Correct.
You know, so that has to be. That's the reason why it takes a longer time. I wish tomorrow another technology will be
Make it faster,
at the floor mats itself. That, you can see what.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, I do agree with what Mr. Shafaq said, that this is new. The system is new. It's something that we in Silat is trying it out. And as the years goes by, I'm very sure things will get better. Just like how first time when we start digitalization in terms of scoring, we use the iPad. You know, I think even right now, so the iPad dah tukar. Dah change. I think even for the upcoming SEA Games.
Last time is telephone, old phone. Tick, 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 tick. Analog.
So,
Now no more analog.
I think
Touch screen.
sooner or later we will just get better and better. So alright, to all of you viewers, we are going for a short break, 5-minute breaks. Let our our abang-abang sini touch up sikit kan, lagi lebih handsome dan nak bedak banyak-banyak kan. Then so for you all, don't go anywhere. 5 minutes, I'll see you back again. We will carry on. See you later.
Peace, you.
welcome back everybody. Hamid here, and I'm the moderator with all these abang-abang awesome. They are all the international wasit juri from Singapore Silat Federation, Singapore. And alright, so we have spoken quite a lot. So after the break, to just get back into the system again, we're gonna play a game with all of them here, which is this game called One Must Go. Okay, so how is the game being played? We're gonna flash on the screen for you all to see. There's macam 3 items. It can be food, it can be anything. For example, breakfast food. And then you will remove one. And then when you remove one, then I'll ask you why. Okay, so the first category is breakfast food. Nasi lemak, lontong, mie rebus. Zaque first. Which one you take out?
Semalam saya mimpi nombor 2, Hamid. Take out lontong.
You take out lontong. Yourself?
Number 1, I said.
Nasi lemak. Terus abang
This one take out if you like or you don't like.
You
take
don't
out.
like.
You don't like.
Ah.
Alamak, tiga pun I suka lah. Macam mana ni?
Cannot.
Cannot lah. Oh, yeah, this tak suka.
Lempar dadu lah.
Mie rebus lah. Mie rebus lah.
Mie rebus. So,
Mi lontong.
mie lontong. Apa mie
No,
lontong?
mi
Oh, you
Lontong.
lontong.
Cakap
Out of
biar
3,
terang lah.
out of 3, lontong.
So, lontong, nasi lemak and mie rebus. Okay.
Because in nasi lemak,
Ah.
there is lontong.
There is lontong.
Yeah, lontong. It's already have already lah.
Betul dah, kita sampai jauh gitu.
Ini detail tau. That's why.
Itulah. Dan tu dia kerja apa? QA, quality assurance. That's why. Okay, so why mie rebus? Why of the 3 mie rebus paling you don't?
Yeah, why mi rebus?
Kau just now you say nasi lemak and lontong get nasi also. So okay lah, mie rebus no nasi lah. Kau mie rebus lah.
Then for you, kenapa lontong? Lontong sedap pun, ada sayur, ada tahu.
I suka semua. Cuma I was saying that semalam saya mimpi nombor 2.
Pasal mimpi memang pasal lah. Mimpi memang pasal lah.
For you, nasi lemak, kenapa keluarkan nasi lemak?
Pasal lunchtime, I'm going to have rice. So maybe I take mie rebus.
Okay, Shafaq just commented that. Oh, wait, so it's like
That's right.
Sensitive sikit. Right, so next one. The next one. Okay, protein. Next category is protein. Fish, chicken or beef? Abalan. Roslan.
I don't like red meat, so I take out beef.
Beef.
Yeah.
I take out chicken.
Chicken.
take out fish.
Fish.
Number 3.
Beef. Alright, so why chicken?
Chicken too easy, chicken. So easy, chicken. No. In fact,
Too easy to cook, too easy
in
to
fact,
say.
I more prefer fish and beef. My daily routine is beef. But if I have no choice, then I take chicken lah. So you ask me to choose chicken.
So you take out fish. Why fish?
Because fish is expensive now.
That's why botak ah.
Yang mana ni botak ni?
Oh,
Saya pasal
tak ada masalah dengan moderator.
You keluar, no. What I mean is banyak keluar duit, jadi rambut gugur.
Oh, I see.
Bukan.
Dia nak kena bantai.
Somebody slap the moderator. Don't the moderator slap the participant.
Oh, the pelakon lah.
Versi lain lah.
Director.
Did you mention? Don't know.
Masih minta maaf saya batin.
So just now you said beef.
I take out beef.
Beef. Why beef?
Because why I like fish.
You like fish?
It's a white meat.
Oh, white meat.
That's right.
Beef? Kenapa pula? Mr. Roslan don't like beef.
Red meat is not unhealthy. I take too much.
Healthy living.
Healthy.
By the way, he's among the 5 of us. He's the
The most healthiest.
most healthiest, most rated.
No,
Triathlete. Triathlete. Long distance running, swimming, cycling, marathon running. Confirm. Look at the size, see the leg, see the level.
I love it. Per level.
Take taxi to
You take air sendiri jangan bilang orang, tak bagus. Nak dapatkan free t-shirt, bukan free, bayar. You marathon, you pay, but you want the complete medal. Understand. Pride. Yes. Oh, sorry. Next, fast food. McDonald's, Pizza Hut or KFC?
For me, pizza.
Pizza Hut. Take out kau.
I will take out Pizza Hut also.
Pizza Hut.
I take out Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, chicken. Mr. Roslan,
KFC.
KFC also. Chicken, Pizza Hut. Why pizza? Why
The younger people will take up Pizza Hut.
younger people, eh? Oh, okay, I understand.
Because why I don't eat pasta.
Oh,
I don't eat pizza. I don't eat what spaghetti. All that I don't eat.
Limping you eat,
Limping.
Limping is eat pizza.
Malay pizza.
Malay pizza.
That is Melayu limping with makan dengan sardin.
Okay.
yeah. Lemping tak ada pepperoni, no cheese. Correct. Yes. Right. Do you have another category? Last category. Dessert. Ais kacang, ice cream or cendol? Mr. Shafaq lo.
I take ice cream.
Ice cream out, eh?
Out.
Okay.
Ais kacang.
Ais kacang.
Don't take everything. I like it.
No lah, cannot lah. Take out one.
Okay, ais kacang.
Ais kacang.
I'll take out ice cream.
Okay, one ice cream, two ice kacang, and correct?
Two ice cream.
Two ice cream.
Two ice kacang and two ice cream.
Having here.
Every year. Then I eat what? Take two, I never order.
Just tengok.
Tengok je, ambil bau tu. Bagus, eh? Okay, so, why? Sorry, ice kacang. Yeah, why you take out ice kacang? You do ice kacang.
Because ais kacang have to eat with the ice. You say? Then
Mestilah ais kacang makan dengan ais. Apa kau buat ni?
no.
You don't go to the shop, can I have ice kacang without ice?
Semua ada ais tau. Tiga-tiga ada ais tau.
Because ais kacang banyak beans. I can't take beans.
You can be like me. You know, when I take order ais kacang, I always say ais kacang, tak kacang. Ais kacang, no kacang.
I would say ice kacang kurang manis.
Ais kacang tanpa ais, boleh?
Betul kau surang.
Dia ni.
Cari pasal tu.
Because
Ice cream.
I skip ice cream.
Yeah.
From young, I not prefer ice cream. Why? Because every time I take ice cream, last time it's ice cream potong. You know ice cream
Yes,
potong? Ice cream potong, you lick, go down, I take, you lick. Then I start from there. Cannot. But actually, in true, I only like ice cream is, you know, the drumstick.
Yes.
That's the only ice cream.
Chicken drumstick.
Drumstick chicken.
Ice cream. Cornetto. But I cannot say the brand name.
Yeah, dia tak bayar airtime. Jadi tak boleh cakap
Brand name
Dia buat promotion lah
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
But if Cornetto representative is watching, you want to sponsor SSF, no
problem.
Yeah, okay. We welcome everybody to sponsor SSF. No problem.
From touching.
Yes. So,
And one thing, ice cream, you get Nilu very easily.
Oh, Nilu.
so you got sensitive teeth?
Teeth, yeah. Huh? Still have.
No, real teeth.
Real teeth have.
But it's sensitive for our friend here also.
Huh?
Talking about teeth is sensitive about our friend.
Okay.
Alright, so break ini nak break lagi. Right. So right now we move on to the conversational back.
Yeah.
So we played our games and we know more about y'all, what y'all likes and dislikes in terms of food, everything. So in the earlier part of this conversation, we talk about the new rules, we talk about, we answered some of the questions by our viewers. So now let's talk a bit more personal, y'all, which is what are your hopes and aspiration for yourself as a wasit jury, maybe for the next 5 years? Yourself first. Zaque, you want to start?
First and foremost, I hope to see more people coming up to join Wasit Jury, especially those who are already active with Silat. We really look forward to recruit more referees and referees. I will hope to see all the younger ones or all those people out there who have been telling us, I hope to see these people coming in to try to participate. And especially those younger ones who are already today athletes themselves, I really look forward to see them coming in to be our, what do you call it, puppies?
Yes.
Successors, right? And what inspires me is, of course, the younger generation who stays away from drugs and come into sports lah.
Yeah.
You know, and it can be any sports. But if in Silat, with these new rules and regulation, I hope to see what's going to inspire me are those people who has more creativity to make Silat going to the next era.
For me, with this new rules, I hope we achieve to go into the Olympics. Like I said just now, we already
No,
achieved.
maybe that's for Silat as in general, but for you as a wasit, for you as a referee, what are your hopes and aspiration maybe for the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay, like Mr. Zaque said, we need the new ones to come. And sometime, like me last time, when we are doing volunteer works at the 2018
Yes.
World Champ,
Yeah.
we are not in the wasit and jury show.
Correct.
Inside my heart, I said, what is the wasit? Every time make mistake. When the last competition, I was in tension at the center,
Then
all trembling. Then I know what is in their position. So some of them like to say, this was it. Are you sure or not? Is this your decision? Is this and that? Keep asking. This was it. Okay, I know. He cannot be was it about that. Please come and join us. Then we will know. Because as an athlete is different.
Yeah.
As a spectator is different.
Yeah.
As a wasit jury, because what? You are a leader in the arena.
Yeah.
So you have to protect good, good impression. You see, so let them come in to feel what are we do,
what we went through.
what we went through.
But Roslan, what were your personal hopes?
Personal hope.
Yeah.
Personal hope, I hope I can improve on these new rules, because these new rules is totally new to all of us. Hopefully, we can memorize this rule on our fingertips and make lesser mistake when we are inside the rings. And another big wish for me is that, all the association around the world prepare their wasit jury to be well versed in the new rules. Because if they don't, implement these new rules downstream, only the top level know the things, then the downstream don't get it. Then when they come to international competition, get a lot of misunderstanding, get a lot of argument just because they don't get the new rules.
Yeah.
Don't understand the rules. So when they come down to the competition, their mind is still with the old rules. Then the competition will have a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of unhappiness. The last tournament, I read the comment below, the people who watch the online.
Yes.
Some of them write, "Wah, apa ini wasit? Tarik pun dikasih." Very clear that
Translation
this
is
guy,
rule also they give.
this guy, is totally don't understand the new rules. Because if he can make this kind of comment, that means he don't understand the new rules at all. And they think they are right. They can post all those nonsense comment, Actually, they don't know the rules.
Yeah.
But they think that they are. So I hope that, personally, I hope all the association around the world which is affiliated to Persilat get their acts together, let the downstream people understand the new rules. So we will all be more tenang.
Correct. Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yeah, definitely. So Shafaq,
I got personally I got three.
personal.
Personal, I got three.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is I hope, and personally, when people approach me, personally, people approach me when they got problems with their rule and regulation, right? Or they want to protest, or they want to give some feedback or what, they understand the rule. One. The other one is I hope to train quite a number of wasit jury as much as I can, give back my knowledge to them so that they understand more regarding the rule, regulation, and anything they want to know is at their fingertips. Even the coaches also, the team managers. The very important is the team managers. Now the team managers the one who approach us. Every time there's thing, this itu salah tu, or that's wrong, but they do not know what is wrong. When we tell them at which point that one is wrong, they cannot tell. They can even say, you find yourself, but I know this wrong. Cannot. So one, I try to embark my knowledge. Another thing is, it's about time for me to retire. I think another 2 years or 3 years is about time to retire for the new breed to comes in, and then have to select a new generation of wasit juri who can go through with this silat. But of course, I just hope that my personal thing will go to the Olympics.
Right, that's nice.
Sedih.
Sedih. Yeah, tu lah. What's the third one?
Silat go Olympic.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, the third one is retire. Right?
Oh, retire.
Yeah, retire.
Hopefully Dr. Sheikh is listening.
I know. Yeah.
Then we see lah.
Yeah.
Get this SMS after this. WhatsApp over.
Because I always believe silat is a contact sport. When contact sport, the pace will become more and more faster. The same 100 meter, 100 football. Football now become faster and faster with technology, with good food, with everything. They become faster and faster. So in future, the thing definitely will go to Olympic. It will become a very interesting sport.
And we become older, we become slower and slower. We must retire. Yeah lah. Need the younger ones to come up front.
Right.
So we are getting old.
Singapore Silat Federation actually is going to organize a lot of events.
Right, so this is going to be my last question for this evening for the four of you.
Okay.
What are your hopes now? No, just now is your own personal punya, what you want personally. Now, what are your hopes for pencak silat in Singapore or international pencak silat in general, apart from pencak silat going Olympic that has been mentioned a few times throughout this program? What is it that you hope to see pencak silat moving forward with these new rules, regulations, maybe for the next 1 or 2 years, or maybe up to 5 years?
This is what I see. I hope all coaches, all clubs, all country, all organization learn two language. One is English, the other one is Malay. So we can communicate easily. That is what I hope currently. Now currently, Vietnam speak Vietnam. I don't know. Thailand speak Thailand. Then Dutch, also luckily Dutch can speak English, then Malay, Indonesia. So this is why I hope in whole silat, at least you can speak two languages. One is English, one is Malay or Bahasa. So this is what I hope.
Actually, this thing has been being inside my mind for quite some time now. Because what I see, the international, especially the international tournament, the organizer will always pick and choose the category that they are good in. If let's say the tanding male, let's say they good in 3 categories, so they only open up 3. The rest all is scrap. It becomes very unhealthy and it's not professional in Silat and in sports, is very unsportsmanship. If you can see other sports, let's say athletics or swimming or gymnastics or whatever, they have to open all category. Cannot be Singapore host athletic. I only 100 meter, 200 meter, rest of cancel. Right? Because 100 meter, 200 meter, I have runners that can get medal. But this is happening in Silat. So what I hope is that the host nation, if they are the host, they have to open all the categories. Means to be fair to the rest of the participant, If let's say the Olympics, you open the Olympics, then Silat host is, for example, certain country, okay? Then they only open 2 categories. The rest all scrap because they have only two category good. So they close the rest of the category, they open 2 only. Is it fair? Example, if swimming happen like this, you think people will accept?
Definitely.
Definitely no, right? So this Silat is happening worldwide like this, Whoever country that becomes the host, they will open only the category which they are good in, The rest all they close, which is unhealthy. It's no good for the sport. It's very unsportsmanship.
You're hoping to see.
I hope that they can do like the other sport. They can open. If I want to open Silat, this few category is the inside the menu. You have to open all. Whether I'm good, the host country is good or if you the host, you have to open all. If you want to have Silat,
In accordance
to the whatever. I hope the next Silat meeting, I think they're having. So people can bring up this issue. If not, it's like it's like not professional lah. I only open for my country's sake. You must open all. Other sport don't do that. Those established sport like in the Olympics, they won't close. They have sportman enough to open to everybody.
Yeah.
But Silat, I have seen numerous times. Countries only open certain category which is
Their favor.
their favor. That is my view lah.
We got all the countries right now. A lot of countries pulling silats. I hope all of them well versed in the rules and regulations, right? That we are being taught. So in future, in 2 or 3 years, we already got the rules and regulation by our fingertips. All of the participating country. So it's easy for us to understand during competitions. If not, your understanding is limited. Like us, every week we are trained, our so-called our standing is low. You see? So if let's say all the countries are equal, it's easier for us to adakan perlawanan,
Correct.
right? To the competition, apa ni?
To conduct the competition.
Yeah, that's true. To conduct competition level.
Yes. With minimal disruption lah.
That's true.
Because
if not, your understanding
Oh,
is 1 or 2.
Yes.
His understanding is 1.
Correct.
Mine is 5.
Yes.
Like his is 4 understanding. But he will tell you, hey, your one I think is wrong.
Yeah.
But he himself is not sure.
Yeah.
And he said, your decision is wrong actually. Okay. Then after that, we tengok at the rule book, my one is correct. How come he said it's wrong?
Yeah.
You see, there's a lot of conflicts. That's right.
First of all,
Excited lah.
this question I will answer.
Oh, okay. So I agree with what Shafaq, so Hardy Yanto, what they're saying about all these rules. For me, I want to be a bit different. Actually, I went to a couple of countries international. The one I see vibrant is the time when I went to Korea, where they all wanted us to wear
Suit, yes.
It's different, yes. We did have a lot of people who protest. Hey, I see today. But at that point of time, the people from Pesilat actually approached. And that was something different. I would certainly hope, besides understanding the role of organization, besides I want all Wasik Juri internationally to be united when we are doing Wasik Juri to be united. I also want to see something vibrant, which is maybe a country that I go, they have their own suit for this event.
Culture, bring in culture.
I don't want to say gone in the days you do baju putih. I don't want to say that, you know. But I also want to see something different at all events. That we wear something to distinguish that this event, this country makes this silat. They all wear a certain kind of different attire, you know. Which yes, that's what I see internationally. Or else I'll be wearing the same uniform, but I'll be honest with you. To be honest, I think we have a lot of people coming all over the country. What is the difference? Some of them, their baju is not as white as ours.
Yes.
Probably we Singaporeans are a lot, you know, white, iron out,
Right.
you know. But there are some who comes with a lot of other types of
Wasik
pattern
Juri pattern.
and fashion, you know.
Yeah.
They have this collar, that collar, and some will use Velcro, some tie and all that. But at the last Korea sports that we went, we were all equal. We were all uniform. We were all nice, standing together. And these are the referee for this sports, you know. So I hope to see that to equalize. You know, this is referee. You know, when they see,
It's nice. Thank you so much for sharing your personal and also aspiration for yourself and also for pencak silat in general. So we have one last question here from Turkey Babun. Yeah. So what is the qualification needed to become a Wasik Juri? So no, with due time, so I will answer this. So actually there's, it also depends. For you yourself who's asking the question, are you someone that is familiar with silat itself? Because if you're not, then what you can do is, so you can still have say your interest in becoming a Wasik Juri, but first you need to understand what is silat first. That means you join, like you can inquire with SSF, then they have programs for those who wants to learn silat. So that means you need to learn about basic punches, basic kicks, basic takedowns, all these things. Once you understand these techniques that is related to silat, you reach a certain level, then comes the qualification part, which is of course like what just now I said. With the new rules, Wasik Juri need to be fit. So then you'll be tested on the physical side. The one I said, now I think 3 km has gone down to 2.4. 2.4 push-up, sit-up, your beat test, your agility test. And then after that, of course, tunggal, regu, ganda, your buka langkah, your semi silat, and then 8 movements. And then of course, showing techniques that is allowed, permissible in the new rules. Then of course, once that has been done, then comes the teaching of the rules and regulation, so that you're able to officiate. So that is, so basically I would say the qualification is more towards knowledge rather than a person.
Yeah, I think I want to add to it. Of course, those are the prerequisites for Wasik Juri. You need to know your basics and all that. But I think here the question is qualification. I think you only need to know, important is you need to know how to read and write. You know?
But what I see is qualification in this place is there's no limit. You can be a degree holder, you can be a housewife, then you don't know how to read and write. We still have practical and we have theory. So qualification is not an issue. The first important thing is, do you ready to volunteer or not? You volunteer yourself, and then from there we start on. We don't need a degree holder to become Wasik Juri. No.
Have something like PSAD.
No. Important thing, the interest. The interest is there. We don't care what is your qualification. But of course, if you think you are not fit, then it's that an issue.
and willingly to volunteer and to be on duty lah. When you are being called. Yeah, sometimes you have to burn out your weekends.
Yes.
Sometimes competition start from Friday, can end up to Saturday. Sunday, sorry.
Actually dia bukan sometimes. Memang all competition Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday.
Only international competition then weekdays lah.
Weekdays, that's right.
But to go for international competition, you have to reach our level
Yeah,
lah,
yes.
class 3.
You must at least know how to read.
Join us international.
Yeah.
International.
For international.
International. Then after that, baru international class 3. First, you got to join the national wasit juri first. Then after that, you have to take the course to be international level 3. And after that,
There are the
level 2.
prerequisite lah.
Yeah.
But I don't know lah. This guy is maybe from Turkey. Because his name is from Turkey Babun. If the guy from Turkey, he must report to his federation.
Federation,
It's not for us to
Correct.
determine what qualification. It's up to their perspective federation lah. The guy I see is from Turkey Babun, right?
If he's from Turkey lah.
If he's from Turkey, yeah. If he's from Turkey, then he have to report to the authority over there lah. To the Turkey Silat Federation.
But yeah, I think he should ask himself. It's not about what's qualification, what he needs to put.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, correct.
That's right.
And able to understand, able to plan, and able to be willing.
And kita mengalur-alurkan lah a new
Definitely.
national wasit juri. If not, we got yang
pool,
kita ni, a pool of us, yang kita muka-muka kita ni selalu on duty. We like to see the new faces to be on duty.
Orang saya cakap, asyik dia.
Ya, asyik dia. Tak ada dia. Dia. After this dia. Lepas tu dia juga.
So that's why. Please join us as a national wasit juri in Singapore. If you are interested, you can. If you affiliate to a club, approach your grandmasters, approach your coaches to inquire about this. If not, also you can can inquire with SSF, Singapore Silat Federation, and of course, SSF usually comes out with their monthly
Training program.
newsletter, monthly newsletter, and in the newsletter actually it shares at the last part usually upcoming programs, upcoming courses. So that is something that you can always inquire. And most importantly, thank you gentlemen, thank you abang-abang. We have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much to all the viewers.
That's right.
Thank you for making this very interactive.
Yeah.
Last question.
Thank you.
And also great sharing from everyone. Most importantly to all of you here, thank you so much for spending your evening with the 5 of us. Thank you for spending the evening with Singapore Silat Federation, and we hope you have enjoyed whatever that we have shared. If you have any further clarification, can email SSF. Most importantly, do follow Singapore Silat Federation YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share. Don't forget also to follow their IG handle and also their Facebook to keep up to date with the our athletes movement or listing, or simply you can also send in words of encouragement to them. They are training so hard right now in preparation for SEA Games, and we know that fasting month is coming up in a few days.
Yeah.
And they
Still-
And next up, watch out for our Ramadan
Challenge.
yes.
Ramadan challenge.
Mini bazaar that's coming up, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
And these are all for good cause. So we hope to see everybody.
Yes,
Participating.
so yes. So once
Dan
again,
doakan kita yang akan pergi ke SEA Games.
Yes.
Some of us going for SEA Games, doakan kita supaya kita dapat execute what is have to do in Vietnam lah.
yes,
Dah lama tak keluar negeri dah.
Yes.
Ya lah, betul.
right. Okay, but most importantly, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
once again, thank you.
Thank you,
Assalamualaikum
Anwar.
semua. Good night.
Assalamualaikum everybody.